Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Numithrander, and today we pick up our adventure here in the Smoldering Church. And we're going to be investigating Caelid today. I've leveled up a fair bit. Now I am, in fact, level 72. And I have a high enough stat line now to wield a certain weapon, which we will be going to fetch presently. Actually, I will risk the doggos. Gotcha. Now we'll grab this site of grace, which will get the doggos to leave us be. I hate that bird. He is one of the first awful, gargantuan-headed abominations that you can see in this area. And he's a very good indicator of what's to come, unfortunately. We have a shadow here. Yes, we see Melania's handiwork here. Now, a few items to pick up. Okay, bleed actually works pretty well on these guys. Good to know. Now, we're going to carry along this cliff. And we have a graveyard here to loot. Some little spiky, slimy bastards. But they are unimportant. Nope, what is important is this way. Gale Tunnel. And everybody should know exactly where I'm going now. Oh, you hit me with the... You would have hurt me a lot more if you'd hit me with the sword, buddy. Now, we have to be a bit careful, as we have to make a few leaps this way. Somber 2 is always welcome. Ooh, almost got pushed in the wrong direction. But we have made it down the first grace down here. And the summoning pool will be somewhat useful later. Red main guards are easy enough to deal with. It's these guys. Yeah. These guys are the problem. Okay, you just will not stop, will you? Yeah. Those guys. Those guys are a real problem. My slashing dagger is virtually useless on these guys. So much so that I'm just going to Scarper. Son of a... Nope. Too late. Okay. This is turning out rather badly. So, let's get to our objective. I think I'll come back here later to worry about getting all the other goodies. But right now... Oh. Ah, so you can bleed them. It just takes an age and a half. Okay, well, now we have a friend. Hello, Iron Fist Alexander.
Oh, the esteemed warrior. Where did you spring from? This was supposed to be a dead end, I'm sure of it. What's going on here? A door from thin air? Well, stranger things happen at sea, or so I'm told. But onward to the Kaled Wilds. Gosh, that dead end had me rather stumped.
As it happens, there are two... No, rather, this tunnel connects Kaled to Limgrave. As we'll see in a moment. Yeah, we're back in Limgrave. In fact, you'll see here, right here, that's the third church of Marika down there. And it's possible, using these spirit springs, to reach this place. And you can find the tunnel entrance here, right after getting the grace of the third church. But you would be completely wasting your time if you did, for the simple reason that this place will simply have a locked door waiting for you. The door will be locked, and you can do nothing to open it from this side. That's exactly why Alexander was so flustered. He couldn't open the door. And so he was stuck right there. But now we have the door open, and we can do battle with a magma worm. Now, a slashing dagger is not the best weapon to use against this fellow. Let's get well away from the door. Yeah. As you can see, yeah, and my minions are getting murdered by him. It is possible to bleed him, as you just saw, but he okay. Ugh, okay. Okay, it's a little hard to get a range in with him. Okay, moving toward him was not the best idea. Clearly. Timed the dodge terribly. And there goes my last skelly. Luckily, he's mostly dead. Yeah, I thought that move would send a fireball far greater distance. Let me block, damn it! And now I'm completely out of heal. Now I'm out of mana, too. But after a frankly terrible engagement, I should have done far better than that. I now have the Moonveil katana. Ay. Well, we have the stat line to use it, so let's immediately hop over to EG to get it to +4. Okay, we're here. Come on, Ichi. Show up. Why are you not showing up? Oh, there you bloody are.
Brave tarnished. Here to put my old bones to work.
I'm afraid so. And alas, I'm going to have to start by buying several ore off you. But now, fortunately, I have the Moonveil katana +4. And now, we're going back to Gale Tunnel to get a small measure of vengeance. Because there are a number of goodies in there that I'm going to want. And now, with a thrusting weapon, I can marginally get around the defense of the miners' hard skins. It's hardly a perfect solution, but it will work well enough for our purposes. Come on, load us in already. Okay, we're back. Now there are several ore deposits down here. And the ash of war of this sword can also be quite useful. As you see. As long as I can backstab these guys, I can one-shot them now. Now here we have a nasty little surprise if we're not careful. Or even if we are, apparently. Ugh. Gold pickle foulfoot. Useful stuff, that. Yeah, so now you see why I like having the Reduvia, but do not consider it to be the best weapon to have on the whole. Its strength allowed us to get a fair distance, but it is a fair distance from being the best weapon in the game. And here we'll have a somewhat nasty adversary. Little bastard. Your time is coming, don't you worry. And the Cross Naginata. Well, with a Somber Stone 4 to make up for the one we burned leveling up the Moonveil. Alright. Just a little more exploring to do, and then we're going to be moving on to the rest of Caelid. Or to be more specific, I'm going after the Godskin Apostle next. No, you don't, you little horn bastard. Yes, because another weapon that I quite enjoy having and using is the Godslayer Greatsword. That is another favorite of mine. But in order to get it, we're going to have to kill the Godskin Apostle. And boy oh boy, that is probably going to be painful. Hopefully, having the Moonveil will make him slightly easier to deal with. On second thought... Oh. Yeah. Oh, great. Okay. There is actually one place I would like to go. And it is here. Accessible from the first step. Now, we are still exploring Caelid, but there's an area we can reach from the Agheel Lake. It will make our adventure here slightly easier if I can manage the trip. Okay. So first, we need to make it down to the lake itself. What horrible noises they're making. And here, in these ruins, we'll find my objective. Right down here, in fact. What? Ay ay. I was not expecting it to whiff like that. Twice. Little rats. Yes, indeed. This chest is a trap. A teleportation trap, to be specific. Long load screen again. These are becoming a bit obnoxious now. Okay, Celia Crystal Tunnel. Now, there is little point in deeply exploring here, so we're just going to leave. We don't have the best setup to deal with what's in here. And as the fact that I just got sniped from a different bloody room will evidence, this place is rather annoying. But there will be some interesting loot here later on. What I really wanted was to get down here to a slightly lower reach of Caelid. Or lower. Not too much lower, but slightly closer to this to the map fragment. Or is it actually? Well, no matter. Yes. Invisible Scarab. We'll come back for him later. Now we get a preview of Ionia. And down here, a most useful item. Though we do have to be somewhat careful, as we have a whole crap ton of exploding nonsense to evade. And there's our first Somber Smithing Stone 5. Yeah, but all those little creatures that exploded, well, they only really leave, well, ruined fragments. Though not actually all that worthwhile to hunt them. Or to deal with them at all, really. And we have a little item up here. Come on. Not worth over much, but we're being thorough. And we're on the Street of Sages. Kill him before he manages to poison us. And like that, we have the meteorite staff. Yep, never walk in this region if you can help it. Always ride Torrent. Because Torrent is immune to Scarlet Rot, thankfully. Okay. From here, we're going to grab a Site of Grace or two. And collect the map of Caelid. Several maps, actually. But we're going to be cautious as we do this, as there are a number of very nasty enemies out here, including those 3 pest creatures. I hate those critters. I really do. And it's only going to get worse when we have to deal with them in certain areas much later on. Now we have a dragon. But we're not gonna bother with him. I woke him up from his nap. But I have no interest in actually fighting him right now. Instead, I'll run right on by and acquire this. Site of Grace at the second Church of Dragon Communion that we've discovered. This night, well, we might grind at a later point, get a few items off of him. Alas, he does not have the actual armor, the Banished Knight armor that I would want. Alas. But he can give us his sword, his shield, and the gauntlets and greaves, and a version of the helmet. Alas, the chest piece, the unaltered version, simply cannot be acquired from him. And now we have the map of Caelid. But there is another map to acquire. And I think we'll return to the balcony. From the balcony site, we'll also be able to reach another most special armament. The sword of, alas, a fallen friend. Now, we follow the road for a little. Make our way downward. Now, this is probably gonna get me killed. But it's worth it for this. Okay, would you... That's enough out of you. And the bird, too. I don't know what kept you. Oh, the reach you've got. Oh, I didn't mean... Whoa. I hate these things. I really hate them. And the bird is still alive. Looks like I just went out of his search radius. I was hoping to be able to sneak past, but no such luck. Now we have the great sword. Nowhere near enough strength to use it yet, but we have it. A coarse iron lump of an ultra greatsword mows down foes by utilizing its incredible weight. Though handling it likely requires the wielder to have surpassed the realm of the merely human, it is precisely for this reason the weapon is used to slaughter even inhuman foes. Yes, it's Guts' sword from Berserk. Not to put too fine a point on it, but it literally is Guts' sword. The Dragon Slayer. Slightly different design, for copyright reasons, of course. But it is still Guts' sword. And alas, Kentaro Miura has passed away. Old news by this point, but still heartbreaking to know that we'll never see his vision for how Berserk would end. Though admittedly, the story is being carried on by his friend and his assistants. So there is hope, at least, that there will be an ending. But I cannot help but feel that we will never see the true ending. Not as he would have had it. Life is unfair at times. Speaking of unfair, we're now headed for a most unpleasant little dungeon. Gotta be very careful when walking on these routes. But even more careful here. The abandoned cave. This is probably the worst dungeon in the whole game. Yeah, man, I'm rotted. Okay. Yeah, that first area is already a bit of a doozy. Just because it's gonna scarlet rot you 90% of the time. There are ways to avoid being rotted, but they're pretty damn hard to pull off. And as you saw, I've done this a few times, and even I get rotted here. And I've now burned half of my healing before I've even reached the boss arena. I do not need poison added on, thank you. So I'm gonna have to finish these guys off fast. There's 2 clean rot knights in here. Oh, that's not enough. No, no, no. And there's the rot. Yeah. Yeah, now you see why I hate this place. Okay. So, hopefully we'll load back in quick. And I can try this again. And the only reason to bother with this place is to get the golden Scarab talisman. An invaluable little piece if you want to level up quickly. Come on. All you have to do is load me into the cave again. Okay. Now, once it settles a little, turn back. Ah, damn it! Okay. Yeah, this run is dead already. Yeah, I'm just gonna let myself die here. There's no point. I waited too long on the jump, so I wound up getting caught in the explosion, losing half my health and getting rotted. Please don't take half a goddamn eternity to get me back there. You look like you're full up, but you're not putting me back there, are you? You're still holding? Okay. Why is it always death indeed? Wrong way, and I... Oh, damn it. Now, if only I had the option to just go back to the Grace straight away. Okay, let's, misclicked. Yeah, normally I never use that return feature. But this place... this place almost requires it. Because if I mess up in that first room, there is little point in carrying on afterwards. And a very painful wait if I do mess it up. Alright. And... waste. Waited too long. I'm probably going to waste half of today's episode just trying to get this Scarab. Alright, we're back again. Come on, come on, get away, get away, get away. Wrong way. Okay. I finally managed to make it onto the ledge without being rotted. I'm going to wait here a minute while my meter decreases. I am not going after that. That item, whatever it is not worth it. Come on. I do also hate the fact that it will slow you down, the mire, dragging out the unpleasantness of this whole ordeal. Well, now that I'm not literally dying of plague, I have a little time to exact vengeance, and then I get poisoned. God damn it. Do I have anything to get rid of poison? The answer is no, I don't. Of course I don't. Nope, I'm just gonna have to deal with that. You might notice just how much better the poison is to deal with than the scarlet rot. I've lost half my health again before I've even arrived, but at least this time I am not actively dying just being in here. Not to the rot, anyway. And you wasted the opening. You came over right quick. No. I refuse to be killed. Die away with you. Yeah, that is probably the worst bloody gauntlet in this game. Just because of the scarlet rot. Now we have that, we can finally make our way to the Godskin Apostle, who will be our primary quarry today. We'll see how the fight with him goes, as he is a rather difficult enemy. And in fact, the enemies leading up to him are also rather nasty. And the actual trip to reach him is also terrible. So yeah, this'll just be an ordeal all around. Why fade to black? And for so long? Oh, I was thinking you were summoning Melina or something, but no. Just painful long black screen right there. Now I have the gold scarab. I might as well have it on permanently. I don't have any better items as of yet. Okay, we'll want to turn and jump here. Nasty little trick they almost play on you right there if you're not paying attention. I'm being pursued by the giant doggos. I do not need them sneaking up on me. Now, we'll head over this way first to claim the map. The maps are always worth getting. And now we get some truly delectable goodies. And a warning for just what sort of nonsense we're in for here. See how little damage that did? And we get a Somber Smithing Stone 8 from him, too. Usually, the level of material you get is an indicator for the expected difficulty of the region you're about to enter. So yeah, Smithing Stone 8, they expect you to have a +8 weapon. And now a +9. Yep, because there's our Somber 9. So yeah, you're expected to have a really good weapon for dealing with the Divine Tower of Caelid and its menagerie. And we won't be dealing with those dragons anytime soon. Nope, we have business here on the tower. Oof. Felt like I was gonna fall off right there. Would you stop barging me? Okay. I nearly got pushed off the tower by the first little bastard we saw. And it's only going to get worse from here, mind you. Now a bit of very careful jumping. Followed by some even more careful jumping. Could you imagine actually trying to use this ladder? With that minuscule step right there? Gives me goosebumps just thinking about trying that. But now, I hated how close that felt to me falling off again. Now we've made it to the first grace of the Divine Tower of Caelid. There's one more, all the way at the bottom. And that's exactly where we're going. The enemies here are absolutely lethal. And frankly, not worth the hassle to fight. Okay, now we drop down here. And there. And just barely made it. Okay. Drop there. And there. Okay. Now, for the shield bastard here. I was hoping you'd plunge yourself into the abyss. No matter. That's phase 1 of our descent completed. And now, to play it safe, I'm going to open the shortcut that'll let us run right past the 2 soldiers and straight down to the depths we've just plunged. Okay, finally made it up. Ooh, almost fell off. That would be a long enough fall to kill us, I suspect. Now we have to run around this fella. We might be able to kill him. But we also might not, and he would waste a fair bit of our Estus at least. Probably most of our FP too, as I would almost certainly be using Moonveil quite a lot to deal with him. Fortunately, the second half of the trip is actually a lot easier. Just that initial hump that really messes with you. Because you don't actually have to jump to reach that little bitty platform. Instead, what you end up doing is kind of sliding off of it. Now that we've made it this far, we have to deal with the Godskin Apostle. Now, this is a hard fight. Let's hope we don't also have our servants getting distracted. Yeah, okay. This first round is going very badly. For the simple reason that all of my minions were distracted at the front door. Okay. I am probably going to want to switch to the Reduvia for this fight. As you see, the Apostle is very weak to bleed. I actually love it when he does that. Because it's very easy to punish that move in particular. Okay, roll away when he does that. Okay, oh boy. Ow. Oh, no, no, no! Thank you for doing that. It is basically several free hits whenever he does that. And there goes my servant. Bleed for me. Thank you. Oh, the lock-on messed with me. Come on, do the whirly-whirly. Thank you. You did it again, but you caught me a little off guard. Ooh, I'll risk it. He can punish me. I got greedy, but I won. Ah, And so falls the apostle. I ended up burning through literally all of my flasks and the physic. But I claim my prize. The Godslayer's great sword. Now, I'm going to go and visit Iji. And now we have unlocked a large portion of the map. Hardly all of it. But, well, we haven't made it to the Altus Plateau yet. Nor to some other far more distant locales. But that will be for a later expedition. A much later one, probably. Alright. Come on, Iji.
Brave Tarnish.
Yep, going to need to buy some off you again. Alright. And with that, I think I'm going to end today's episode. Oh, it's been a long one today. So if you've enjoyed this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a good day.